Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, July 10th, and we're looking at the last 6 days of the market profile of the SPY ETF, and I'm showing that to you again. We have a lot to talk about this afternoon. Tremendous finish for the bulls. Considering yesterday we took out the 4-day balance low only to have sellers fail, today we take out the top of the 5-day balance high, but do not fill the gap from June 11th. It's amazing. It was 620 ticks at one point. It is down to 34, but it's stunning that they couldn't fill it. I guess the reason I'm not surprised that they had trouble is because it was the top of a balance. But amazing. We had a very good day in the trading room today. Let's make this bigger now. We had a tremendous battle at last week's high. That was a very important level for me. We got above it finally, and then they decide to rip higher. We end up with a price probe, a price spike, 2 sets of single prints, although they're incredibly small, and an afternoon pullback low. I had a good day. I didn't really even do much in the afternoon. Sometimes calling it is just as good as doing it. I wasn't convinced with the price action, but it doesn't surprise me at all as far as what we did late in the afternoon. So let's get to what transpired today. So I said we were going to open in balance, in value. You're going to get tremendous chop in M period, right? Because it's a beautiful thing the next day. And that's exactly what we did. We went, and by the way, we're making new highs in N period. Again, that doesn't matter to me, but we are chipping higher. Back and forth through the opening, which is no surprise because you're in balance in value. And trading, A period traded almost A's high and almost A's low. I took 2 longs in A period, both against around M's low, both back to around the opening, which worked out very nicely. Then B came and rips low at 1 time frames down. I did not take the short right away, which I should have. Again, we had poor structure right away, which, again, I have to stop looking at, although it repaired it all. When B got down, at the time, it was value low from yesterday. Tape it off volume. I'm in like 6-tick increments, so you can't see it. I actually took a long against that. And it worked out nicely as it went back up. Also, what I failed to mention, I took a long in A as we got closer to M's low and the afternoon pullback low. That's another reason I took that long in A. Then in C period, I was looking to take out, I'm trying to see what I wrote here because I took a high. I took a long, yes, right as soon as we took out B's high, I took a fairly sized call position because I thought at that point we stopped the 1 time frame down back in balance. It looked like they wanted to pop the top and see what happens at yesterday's afternoon rally high, which is what they did, and it turned out to be a very nice trade. And then I also took a short. So I took the long in C as soon as we broke B, got out of it near L's high, and then C got up to last week's high, right above the afternoon rally high, and I took a quick short, and that worked out as it came back in. So I took a long and short in C. So they both worked out very nicely. Then I didn't do anything for a while. G period, we kept getting, we kept battling in and out of last week's high, but we kept coming back in, right? And then G couldn't take out, G did come down, take out F's low, and came back up. I took a short play right off the bat because we stopped the 1 time framing up. I was looking for an afternoon pullback low. I didn't think that was it initially. It was only a couple of cents. It went up a lot more. I doubled my position, and then it came back down, flushed a little bit, not as much as I thought we'd get. I thought maybe we'd get E's low at least. Took it off. It was a very nice trade. And it was a good thing because we ripped basically back up. H period. Here's where things changed. right? We always talk about little nuances and things like that. H did get back inside last week's high of 315.70, but barely. And then I period didn't get to it. We missed it by a penny. So that would have been a good entry on the long side. I did not take it, and then things change. We rip an I. We have single prints that hold. Now, remember I said when we don't take out the previous high right away with singles, I'll go short or vice versa. Well, I did take the short. It took a while. We had a poor high, and it went down. Now, we didn't fill them, but we missed them by like 4 or 5 cents. It was more than worth it to take that short, and I made money on that. And then the only other trade I did, so the singles held here. K period went high. We just started ripping high, and then we had single prints when M opened in L period, and they held. I actually took a very small long right at M's low, not even worth mentioning. I got out of them way too quick. But I took that, and then we watched M do its thing, price probe, but it could not fill the gap. So it was a good day, very good day overall for myself, for the trading room. We called this really nicely. We said, whoever wins last week's high, this thing should move, and it did. The one negative, the volume, 53.5 million. So very poor volume on this move up again. I know we're in balance, but we're attempting to break out of balance. You would like to see more volume and other time frames participate. All right, let's go over destinations. 317.88 will be our first one on the upside, and that is now a weekly high, and we closed just off of that, and that's going to be important when I show you the charts. And then filling the gap at 318.22, a 34-point gap now from June 11th. We've gotten into this gap numerous times. It's held for a month. It's holding that island reversal. Triple Q's filled that a long time ago. Above that, and this is where it can get interesting, we don't have anything to 319.95, which is our perfect POC from June 10th. And then you have some major price voids. 322.39 daily high and 323.41 last month's high. Buyers have a chance to get their groove on, I'll tell you that. Now, downside. Buyers have a lot of things that could work in their favor as far as reference points that there were buyers here today, so we'll see if they're there on Monday if they pull back. First will be L's high. That's the price probe of 317.46. Then we have that small set of single prints, 316.98 get filled at 95, only 3 cents. Price spike, we had a poor high, we ripped higher in K, never really saw it again. IJ's high of 316.67, another level where there were buyers. Then the other set of single prints, J's low, 316.17, get filled at 13, F's high. Then we had the afternoon pullback low of 314.91 in G, 312.76 today's low, and 310.68, which is now a weekly low. Now let's go to the charts. Monthly, one time framing up 2 months. We're above March's high now by almost $4. So the next big goal is last month's high of 323.41. Let me tell you, folks, the only thing holding us back from getting there is the bulls themselves, that they can't fill this damn island reversal gap. But the monthly right now, very healthy. Weekly, we got above this 3-week balance after battling it all day today. We're above it by almost $2, right? 315.70, 317.59, close, right? So beautiful. Look at the way that closed. That little hammer there. Very positive. Volume stunk though. 337 million for the week. That's horrible. Horrible volume. Look at this one. Back in the top of this balance. On the downside, it was 650. It was double. So we need other time frames to get involved. But still, I can't take anything away from the bulls. Right now they have this 7-week balance in their hands to get. There's not much above it to get there, I'm telling you. And then if you do, only one thing standing our way, and that's that huge gap from back in February 24th. And then the daily. Here's that island reversal. Here's the gap that they just can't fill. Boy, have they gotten into it a bunch of times. I'm still calling this balance, though, in the daily, right? Yep. We did close above, we did stretch it, right? 317.68 was the balance high. Well, we stretched it 20 cents. One day doesn't make a market. So unless the bulls get above today's high, we're still in balance for 6 days. Nothing's stopping them from getting above it except themselves, right, with the poor volume. So 6-day balance. Yesterday's low is now the low of it. Today is the high of it. Oh, and then one thing I forgot to mention in the weekly, which is important. If we take out this week's high next week, we are then officially one time framing up for 2 weeks, which gives more ammo to the bulls to get to the top of this balance. Come check us out, camelbacktrading.org. We call this market really, really well today. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.